My name is Hector Lorenzo. I am a certified public accountant. I've been licensed since 2011, and I focus on income tax preparation for individuals and small businesses. Um, the typical small business is sort of larger sometimes than some people think, but it also is the moms and pops, the ones and two man shows. So, sort of everything in between. I started more with a focus on individuals, but certain individuals have dreams, hopes, right? And then they start a business or so, and so that's kind of how it all latched on, um, even from like the beginning. Now, if we remember, 2011 was a tough time. We had just gone through about 18 months of like the real estate market going up and then crashing. Foreclosures were huge, um, and we had just elected a new president even at the time. So it was all historic times at the time. And I was kind of forced to open the practice because I just couldn't find work. There just wasn't any work. And so I had to make my own work, if that makes sense. I started off actually as a math major, but I did not want to be a math teacher. And either through good counseling or poor counseling, I thought those were my only options with a math degree. And so I ran into someone who had already been working part-time at an accounting office at school, and she mentioned that it was a life of 6 months on and 6 months off, and I thought that's a really cool idea. And so that's what actually sparked me to double major. I had gotten to the point where I wanted something that was my own for my clients to host my clients. And so I thought it was important to strategically find an office that was close to Route 80 and also had access to other highways, right? But Route 80 being the main sort of driver so that you're not more than maybe 20 minutes east or 20 minutes west, and then you can get here. And so I went through the process of like, what do I have to do to buy a commercial building, right? Because it's different than real estate, the residential side of it. And so I found I found a broker who works closely with First Hope, and he said, I got the perfect bank for you. And then that's when I met Dina. And then so strategically, I had to put a business plan in place. I had a couple friends proofread it who are good at that stuff. And it just detailed what my 5 year and 10 year window was going to be and sort of the growth potential. And I thought that, being able to offer sort of the map to my vision, I thought was key, to being able to not only just secure funding, because I mean, that's part of it, but it reinforced sort of the purpose as to why, I wanted to go into this. And then I think being able to drive that purpose on this business plan that I set up, it also gave me the vision, right? And it could help me like vision, all right, this is what's going to happen here. Once I get into the place, this is what I want it to look like. Is there parking or not? How far away am I from Route 80, 15 maybe, or 10, 46, right? So it was very key to doing all that. And the fact that there's a couple of branches close to here, close enough, right? I have Sparta that's, a shot away. And then, and that's actually where I was working with the broker out of Sparta. And so it all sort of, it played hand in hand. It was really, really swell. I could have chosen anybody else. And so why First Hope at that point? Well, what they delivered, sort of, not only did they deliver on their promise, but we closed on the day we were supposed to close. And then ever since then, the banking side, the electronic platform is very up to date. The rates are great, right? As far as what I locked into at the time. And they've been offering sort of I don't know how to explain it, but when you go to a big bank, you don't know your bankers. It's different. I know pretty much 4 or 5 bankers at a First Hope, the people that I've been working with, who I consider my partners at this point. And if I have any questions, right, I'm able to reach out to either one of them and they contact me back. I've been to the Sparta branch a few times now, and it's just very easy going when you walk in there, and everybody's very friendly. It's just a different feeling, right? You feel more, I guess, appreciated. I would even say, I think First Hope is also striving to innovate where they can. I mean, I could see changes in the app and then the online platform even since I started, right? And they have like the multi-factor authentication. They have big bank sort of technology, but they don't have that big bank feel. And that's part of it. And then the other attractive part as well was that when we first started initiating conversations, I told her during tax season, sometimes I get checks that are huge, because it's based on the client, based on the number of years. And then, I need an outlet to be able to, easily deposit these checks. And sometimes you can't do that with the phone. And so
Right.
there's an option that I have now with First Hope where I'm able to essentially bank from here and it goes to them directly. And to set that up, it involves a computer, it involves some hardware, it involves a little bit of like downloading. They did all the work. They came here, they set up the appointment, they made sure we understood how to use the machine, they made sure we understood how to log into the machine, log into their online platform. It was me and my sister that helped us both out because she helps me part time. And so to be able to take the time to do all of that, it's great. And now I can deposit checks practically unlimitedly, right? I don't have these dollar limits that the cell phone has you do. And if I'm under a dollar limit and I'm in a pinch, I can always revert back to the cell phone. So it's been excellent. I would say if you're looking for a bank where you're gonna feel welcomed, one, two, you want that personal service, and you want a very good electronic online platform. If you do massive amount of checks, big quantities, you're going to want First Hope. If you're going to plan on expanding your business, looking for funding, definitely. I mean, they're partners. You're not just another client. And it's a cliche, but when you go in there, they actually make you feel, they get to know your name. So a few of the tellers there, I don't remember their name, but they made sure like
They know your name?
they know my name. And not only that, but they made sure I had their card and said, hey, I know you're working with XYZ, but if you need me, and I have, three or four cards. So, like, it's that sort of next level. And I have a feeling that, um, at least in the next 10 years, I'll be working with First Hope a lot. And the growth potential will be driven by not just the plans and the execution, but obviously with their help. First Hope has been very convenient for me. And you pay for convenience in certain cases, but in this particular case, the way they execute, again, the app, the depositing, the actual banking. Like if I got any questions, I just fire out an email. It comes back. I could actually go online, log into my account, and send a message, a secure message. And when I tell you, I know there's like an automated thing, like they'll respond within whatever. I don't think I've ever waited more than a day for a response. So somebody is dedicated to making sure that they respond. And that's what I'm saying. I've worked with a lot of individuals. It's been sort of through the app. I don't know what they even call it, but the secure messaging. And I've done it on different terms. One of it was about my checking account. One of it was about the deposits. One of it was about the mortgage. So, oh, I think I asked even like, about property taxes or something, and I got a response like, so it has been fantastic.